Hi there, this is Rob at Reason101.net. I am here with another Reason tutorial. This time, since I showed you last time how to create a kick drum using Thor, what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to show you how to create a tom drum using the Maelstrom. So let's load up our Maelstrom. Now, on default, it's going to load up a sine wave. So the first thing you want to do is you want to check in the patches, and you'll see that you've got a bunch of bass patches, effects patches, guitar patches, and these are all different grains that you can use. And down here you've got some percussion grains down here. So take the tube slap, and right away it's going to give you a kind of a sound that's close to what you want. Now, what I'm going to do is move this up to somewhere around, right around there, around 20, 21. Okay, I'm going to move the octave down. I am going to move both the decay and the sustain. Move up the release a little bit. On the filter, I'm going to move down the decay here too. Move down the sustain a little bit. Actually, I'll probably move the decay down even more. And raise the amount up just a little bit. I am going to turn on the send to send this whole oscillator through the shaper, and I want it on the sine wave, and I want the amount to stay at around 64. Okay, now I want the comb filter, but I'm going to use a comb minus filter. Turn up the resonance a little bit, turn down the frequency. And now it's starting to sound like what we want it to sound like. Okay, so put that at around 24. What I am going to do is I'm going to raise the volume up to about 100. Okay. And I'm going to raise the volume on the oscillator up to about 100 as well. Or somewhere around there. Just a little bit more. Okay, so that gets us to the tom sound that we want. Another thing we can do is we can increase the index a little bit to get rid of that undertone sound. However, if you do that, you got to remember that you got to keep it short, because if you hold on to the key, it's going to continue. So let's remove the polyphony down. I'll just remove it back up for now. And that is your tom drum, essentially. Now, some other things you can do if you package this up in a combinator, which I'll just do really quick. You can combine it, and one of the things you can do is you can set up the rotary to manage the filter envelope sustain. Okay, and then you can program Maelstrom to have the rotary 1 affect your filter envelope sustain. And you probably want to do this to around 90 or so, and have this, I don't know, somewhere around 20 or so. If you want to change that up a little bit. The other thing you can change up is the frequency, the filter A frequency. And to do that, you're going to want to take the filter A frequency. Now right now it's at 24, so what you might want to do is at its bottom end you might want to do it at around 20 or so, and at its top end I would not go up above about 64 maybe. Anything above that, it's just going to be trashed. In fact, even that's probably a little high, so maybe bring it down to about 54. And this way you can shape your drum to be whatever you want. Another thing you can do is you can do the motion. And to do that, you're going to have to take oscillator A, motion, and that you can leave it full. Okay, so you can play around with that. That pretty much covers it. There's probably a couple other little tricks you can do here and there, but for now, that gets you pretty close to having a tom drum combinator using the Maelstrom, using just one oscillator, so it's very lightweight. And you can also just change it around depending what you want to do. You can also alter the pitch. And if you want to change the range or increase the range, you can do that right here. Maybe go up to 24. Of course, you can play the pitch on your keyboard too. So I hope that helps you out. And again, we created the kick in the last tutorial. Now we created a tom drum in this tutorial. And of course, you can take all of these elements and you can combine them with a Kong device so that you can play them on your pads. I'm Rob, and come visit me at reason101.net. Hope you've enjoyed this, and thank you very much for watching.